Welcome to Crimson Tide Connection, where we visit with your favorite coaches and players. And I'm joined once again by the head coach of the Alabama women's soccer team, Todd Bramble. Coach, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Coach, you're 7-3-2 overall and 2-2-2 in SEC play. How do you feel about the season so far?
Well, I feel like each weekend, there's been something that we can look back on and say we took a step in the right direction, in this particular game. Coming off this past weekend, it wasn't so much our Friday night game against Vanderbilt, but it was definitely our Sunday game against Kentucky. Both of those games were being on the road, and we found the Sunday performance we were looking for. So, that's, a couple of weekends in a row where we've come out of the weekend with 3 or 4 points. Now we would be the only thing that would be left to do is be in search of that 6-point weekend where we can find a weekend where we can win both the games.
And Coach, hopefully you can do that this weekend as you start off the weekend, as you head on Friday to College Station to take on Texas A&M. How do you feel like we match up against them?
Well, it's going to be a great game. That's a great opportunity. They're in first place in the league right now overall. They're ranked in the top 10 in the nation. So, how much better does it get? Right. They've got a great game day atmosphere in College Station. Our players will have an absolute blast playing in front of those fans there in that stadium. So, we're going to go down there with the attitude and the confidence that we can compete with them. But we're really going to enjoy it. We've got nothing to lose, so we're just going to go out, out there and let it all hang out.
And then on Sunday, you travel to Fayetteville, a team that you've had some success against before, Arkansas. How do you feel like you match up against the Razorbacks?
This is going to be a really tough game. They've got a new coaching staff there, so I don't think you can look back at our past success and feel like that's going to necessarily translate going forward. They've already gotten some big wins on the season. They've beat Kentucky. They just beat Tennessee at Tennessee this past weekend. So, overlooking Arkansas at this point of the season would be, could be disastrous. It would, could be a terrible mistake. So. That's going to be real important for us. But, we have last weekend to look back on how we need to play on the road on a Sunday to be successful. And we've got to do that against Arkansas this coming Sunday if we expect to be successful there also.
Coach, the season is starting to kind of wind down a little bit, which is kind of crazy to think about. You close out the regular season here in October. How do you feel about the team and where you are right now?
Well, we have definitely made progress as the season, has gone on. We feel good about that. But we also understand, even though the season is going by quickly, and it feels like there's only a few games left, every one of those games, the magnitude of the results, getting the points out of those games as people are jockeying for positions, for seeding for the SEC tournament, hopefully for an NCAA tournament bid for a lot of teams in this league. It just makes the intensity of every second of every game is you can just feel, the tension, and I like the way our team has responded to that. We haven't been getting caught up in the results, and we've really just been focused on our performance. The players have done a great job of that. It's allowed us to handle some adverse conditions that we've faced in some of our previous road games. So we'll be looking for more of that this weekend, because I know that we'll have to deal with some adversity in both College Station and in Fayetteville.
As Coach said, on Friday night, the Tide takes on Texas A&M at 7 p.m. and on Arkansas on Sunday at 1. So if you're in College Station or in the Fayetteville area, come out and support the Tide. For head coach Todd Bramble, I'm Christopher England for Crimson Tide Connection.